Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Blonde Fox, and today we're going to continue playing some more Final Fantasy XVI. In the last episode, we were able to hold back Ultima, but he ended up creating like this giant, I don't know if we can see it from here, but like this giant crystal tower thing up in the sky after we were able to destroy all the mother crystals. I think that's it over there. Yeah, I think that's it. And so he's not fully defeated yet, but I think this is the last stage of him. And so we went back to the hideaway to kind of fill everyone in on what happened, how basically, yeah, it's kind of an ended world situation. We either defeat him and win, or we lose and the world's over. That's basically our two choices. And so we're all coming together trying to come up with a plan. Dion's basically saying he's going to possibly sacrifice himself in order to get us up there because he's able to prime again, you know, go into his full dominant form, turn into the icon and everything. But there's a very high chance he's going to lose himself completely like the others did and basically not be human anymore kind of thing. Like he's basically going to turn uncontrollable rage monster kind of thing. But it'll be able to fly us up to the tower, so that way Joshua doesn't have to waste his strength, so Josh could go with us and help us fight Ultima. So it's kind of a sad moment. So we need to finish talking to everybody. We already talked to Joshua, and I believe Dion in the last one, so we need to go talk to Jill and see if she's okay with this, because there's a very high chance Clive won't come back in, so Josh was like, you might want to go talk to Jill and see if she's okay with that kind of thing. So it's a lot of goodbyes, a lot of solemn feelings and everything. It's very sad right now, but I think this is pretty much the end of the game because it said we're like 96% of the way through it. It's like, okay, we're like at the end here, and it's really sad, and it's amazing this climax coming together and everything. But anyways, remember to like the video if you like it, and subscribe to me. So without further ado, let's get right to it because I can ramble on for days, as a lot of you know. So let's go see how Jill feels about all of this and see if she has anything to say about it.
There's something about
Oh, is she up? Oh, she's up in her room. We can't get up there unless we go inside. Dang it.
Calling to me.
That's weird. We usually don't have to go to that balcony in our room. I wonder if we're gonna have more side quests too, because I don't think we've done all the side quests yet. Because we didn't get all the stuff for like our shelf and stuff in there. Oh yeah, see, we have some letters too. I gotta check those. Okay, let's see what the letters say first before we go talking to Jill. Wow, a lot of letters. The courage to fight. What happened in Eastwood with the Bears and the Guardians has been a long time coming, and I'm proud that it could finally happen here in Rosaria. The Duchy of Old may be no more, but Archduke Elwin's dream still burns in the hearts of many, and it is through victories such as these that the fire will spread. This is only beginning, Clive, but a fine beginning it is. It's hard to believe Theo is gone. Every morning I wake, I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds or readying the packs, yet he is not, and is everything I can do not to fall to my knees and weep. Still, I know I have to move on, but that doesn't mean I have to forget. My brother and I built all we have here together, so as long as I still have the caravans, he will ever be with me. I shall honor him in death by carrying on what he strove for in life. That is what I chose. Thanks again for helping get the dungeon in order. Had you not rode gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor Owain and them lot would still be stuck stilling light water over a bonner. There's always room for improvement, though, so don't get your knickers in a knot. Should I come a knocking at your chamber door looking for more spears and ash and whatnot? There's but one crystal left need cracking, and but one man who can do it. See that you don't miss... Some of these I think we missed. Well, the going was slow, not without the occasional run-in with some straggling orc. I saw Edda back safe to the Shadow Coast, where Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, I like to think the poor lass opened up little tellings about her life and that life she wants for her baby. But I suppose it's up to us now to make certain the little one gets it. Oh, those are always nice to read. Okay. Quite a few members. Did we get all of them? Oh no, we're missing a lot. Oh, there's a lot of these. I wonder if the others are tied to side quests, or maybe some of them might even be tied to like New Game Plus stuff. I don't know. Anyways, let's go see what Jill has to say.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time.
And there's all those new
Better make
signals
sure
I was
I
just
haven't
talking
forgotten
about.
anything.
Okay, let's see what we got. Wow, that's so great. Okay, hopefully these don't take too long, because sometimes it's taking us... We might just do a really long episode and see if we can get them all done. Okay, in a mood. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with the supply of antelope bones. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to help us upgrade, Torgal.
What is it this time, Torgal?
Temperamental little pooch. Also, we need the items from these, so it's not like it's a waste of time. Well, I think we need the items. I don't know what the Genji gloves do, but I really want to see what they do. Search the last tome. Elected as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exists ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that the mere possession is deemed a crime. And it was a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked within me the scholastic's curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered. She doesn't normally ask us for help.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Okay. I'm just gonna click prioritize just so it makes it go way faster, otherwise we gotta wait for it to disappear on its own. Okay. Let's go collect all these and then we'll start going from person to person. Oh, our uncle needs something.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
Also, I wouldn't be focusing so much on these quests, except for one, like I said, I wanted to get those last couple of items. And two, I believe it's said that whenever we go and start the next... I'm trying to see if there's anything over here. Nope. Okay. Whenever we start the next main quest, I think it locks all this out. Like, it's endgame content pretty much at that point on. You can't go back.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Okay, well, that's going to be intense. Next up. Wow, everybody wants a piece of us. It's the end of the world and everybody has chores.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Okay, so we got that one accepted. Next up, what do you need?
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Gosh, there's so many side quests. Why'd they save them all for the end? Because I'm a little worried now too. Is there going to be some in the other? Oh my gosh, there's more over here. We need to talk to her too to get. Okay, we'll go ahead and initiate hers a bit.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Okay, so we got that at least activated. I'm a little concerned. Are there quests in the other places too?
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
I'm a little worried to see
Anything
the list.
catch your eye?
Okay, so we have one more to gather from here, right? Isn't that? Oh, no, that's... Oh gosh, there's two in Dalmekia. Okay, no, so this one is... Isn't that the whatchamacallit place? I can't remember the name of the place, but I think I know which one of this one is. Dalmekian Republic lines in the sand and duty undying. We probably got to finish the one with, what's-his-face. Okay, so that's not bad. So there's only 3 out from the other places we got to go get. We still have another 2 here. Plus, we need to talk to Torgal. Oh gosh, it's just so much. Usually they don't save this many for that. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's just like, okay, usually whenever we've got like hit a milestone, it's like, oh, there's like, you know, maybe 5 or 6 new quests. But it's like, this is like 10 or 12 of them.
Happened to Miss Middledon?
All at the end.
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledon. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stonear.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Middledon's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Middledon back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Okay, so there's that one. Okay, the last one here is right above us, right? Yeah, it's above us. So we'll go down and talk to Mid real quick, and then we'll go up and do that one. Okay, Mid, what's got you down in the dumps?
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill.
Create another grocery list.
See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Okay. So now let's go to the top level and see what's there, and then we need to still talk to we'll get all the ones that need us to talk to people here, and then we'll head out into the map and get the last couple of quests and start actually fulfilling some of these.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names, but they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
You are a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please, even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Okay, so that should be all quests, at least here in the hideaway. So there's a chest up here.
Keeping the thing afloat.
What else could it be?
Okay. So that's all the quests here accepted. So now we just need to do some of them that require us to be around here to do. So we need to go talk to you, you, and you. So we'll go here first. Just put a marker so I kind of know where it's at. And we'll just kind of make our way back around to the front again. How do I get... That's not the stairs. Where the heck are the stairs? There's the stairs. I got it all turned around. Okay. I'll probably just have this episode keep going until I get all the quests collected. And then we'll probably in the next episode just go through and actually do all of them. And we'll just have 2 kind of longer episodes in a row. Just because otherwise this is going to take forever. And it's going to be like 30 episodes of side quests if it takes like an episode per side quest. Because there's a lot of talking. I don't want to do that. Okay, Torgal, what's wrong, buddy? Is this going to upgrade you? Hello? Where do you want me to stand, buddy?
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's where. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his Eikons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now where the heck Torgal wants to go to. Okay.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen our show.
So we need to go in here. And then it's to the left, because we need to go... Oh, sorry, Torgal. We'll follow you here in a minute. We gotta go talk to this guy first. Oh, gosh. Again, I don't mind if there's like 5 or 6 side quests, but whenever they bombard you with, again, we have all these and we still got to go collect the other 3 from the other maps. It's like, oh gosh, it's a bit much.
Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you. Harpocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Okay, looks like a lot of these are going to end up being in Waloed. That is something that I do got to give this game credit for, is the fact that you can collect as many side quests as you want, because that's something that I hate, and I forgot what it was. There was a game I was playing recently where it's like you can only hold like 3 side quests at a time, and it's so annoying whenever games limit you like that. Okay, buddy, what's up?
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Okay. And then last we go see what you need. Well, not what you need. We already know what you need, but basically get you out of the hideaway so that way we can actually leave and go collect the other things. And oh gosh, there's always something. Okie dokie.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
There we go. Okie dokie. I think that's everything here. I can go ahead and clear that. Okay, so we've got everything here. Okay, we need to go... There's the final battle. Okay, so we're looking for... The round ones are ones where we can pick up quests. So we need to go here. Like I said, we're just going to pick them up. And then we'll... probably end the episode after that, maybe? I don't know. I'm still trying to debate what to do, because I'm like, there's just so many side quests. It's kind of, like I said, it's overwhelming. Oh, hi, Joshua. Where's the quest?
Why the hell
there.
did Victor take the bearer's side?
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Okay, well, things here seem very urgent all of a sudden. Okay, where's the next one at? Okay, it's way over here. Or no, that's not the one we're looking for. We're looking for the one here. There we go. Okie dokie, where... There you are.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril,
you found a letter from Father? Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's Breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all of Rosaria striving as one, we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of? His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Okay, I didn't come in here to do that quest. I thought there was another side quest in here. Did I go in the wrong door? No, it says it's still in there. Yeah, see, okay, he just was double quested, that's why.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
That guy talks really slow. Okay. So we got all the quests. That should be all the ones here, all the circly ones, right? So they're all claimed, so we now have them all on our quest tracker. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so the only one that isn't in our quest tracker... Yeah, because there's none in Waloed, so the last one is over here. It's the last one we don't have quest tracked. What's the local map look like? Where's the closest? Yeah, it looks like this is going to be the closest teleport point to it. Okie dokie. Okay, yeah, that's what this place is. I was like, I remember kind of remember this place. Yeah, this is where, what's her name is.
I would speak with this Duke.
Okie dokie. This place is really starting to fall apart now, isn't it?
Your town needs you.
Okie dokie.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizen's watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Okie dokie, so I think that's everything, right? Check the main map. Get a nice overhead view, kind of look around. Oh wow, we can get really low in the view. Oh cool, we can view the whole map. Yep, that is every quest accepted. So I think we'll just start here with the ones here, because there's two in this area, right? Yeah, there's two in this area. So we'll do the ones here, and then we'll make our way over to the other areas and everything. But we'll do that in the next episode. We'll try to clear out as many quests as possible in one episode. Like I said, I'll probably let the next one also go for a while, just to try to get him knocked out as much as possible, so then we can get to the final battle. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, remember to like it. Comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more from me in the future. Until next time, see ya!